remaining dishes, that you didn't finish, and she just went to, the window sills, and she just put all the plates there at the window sill with
natural refrigerator.
And I come from Malaysia, and Malaysia is always hot and humid, so you have to put in the refrigerator. But for then I was like, why is she putting all by the sides? Is she feeding somebody something else? And then I just have to ask, I says, why do you put this thing here? She says, it's cold.
It's so rational, like it's so practical. We just forget all these simple
and then
things.
I go, oh yeah, it is cold, right? So it is correct. You don't have to put in the refrigerator.
Now we've learned that. In the cold, we just put our drinks, beverages out in the window.
Oh, my mother-in-law is here with me.
Yes, we do that, the beers.
Yeah, my mother-in-law is with me now, and she still says that, no, don't put it outside, it'll be spoiled. I said, no, this is cold.
It's natural refrigerators.
So that was really good. And then after that, after you sit for a while, and then you can see, the coal, which is like, fire, to heat up the thing. But it's good. And then you put a kettle on top, so you have hot water all the time, drinking tea.
We still have that in tea houses today.
Now all these things have become a novelty.
Yes, it is.
It's not like it used to be. You have it in every house, and now you go looking for
it to buy.
Yes, and they cost thousands because it was authentic as opposed to a fake.
Exactly. And that brings us to those antique items as well.
So then, no, I haven't finished.
I'm so sorry, Bobby. I kept interrupting you.
He's dominating the whole conversation.
No, because I want to tell you the whole story. That's good.
Okay.
So after that, we decided. I said, I have to use the bathroom.
Oh, yes, the bathroom. I want to hear that.
So I told my friend, Tommy, I need to use the bathroom. Where's the bathroom? Oh, I have to bring you there. I said, no, I think you can just tell me. Then she says, no, you have to go out of the house. No, you have to go out of the house. So I said, what? So put on your coat. I said, okay. So I said, I'm going to the toilet. Yes, put on your coat. So I put on the coat, and we have to walk outside the house, go through the alley, and then it's a public toilet. Everybody use the same toilet.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I've been to the hutong. So you're talking about like bathrooms with no doors. Everybody, kind of does their business, and you can actually chat and sit.
Yes, that's right. And in Malaysia, we're told to bring an umbrella.
Yes, that's what I heard some friends say. So you can cover yourself. A little bit of privacy here.
People always say, why do you think their bathroom has no door? And I said, listen, there are how many? There are 1.2 billion people here. And if you have a public toilet, if there's a door, the hinge will drop every time. Because people go, and it was just dropped, right? So, no door, it's better, it's okay.
Actually, it's a lot of for us. Like, you come from a Chinese family, and you're taught to grow up with the Chinese customs and whatever, But when I came, I actually had a culture shock.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I'm Chinese. So my intention of coming to China was to blend into the Chinese community, thinking that I can be one of them.
Yes.
I'll be easy. I was telling them, it's
I'll
easy.
just blend in.
I can just come in and be one. But they look at me differently, and then I started to see a lot of differences. The way we speak. Some things like, and they use for that time, their spouse, they use iron.
Iron.
And in Malaysia, it
lover.
has a different
lover.
It means direct translation.
So I had a journalist who came, and he brought his lady to me, and my colleague and I were talking. And you are the... 这个是我的爱人. This is my lover.
Yeah, and you don't say that in Malaysia. You just
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So I was so shocked. So this is one of those things I just kept quiet. I looked at her and smiled.
Yeah, and you're like thinking, okay, what does she mean here?
Yeah, so after that, when he left, I talked to my assistant. I said, I'm shocked. How could he bring his lover to meet us?
Yeah, when she's married.
Yeah, he's married, because we know he's married.
He's married.
So my assistant laughed, and he says, no, this is the way that
we refer to our husband, wife.
So,
Yeah. You know what? Now that you've mentioned that, I want to ask you something.